Hi, my name is Holly. I've been a targeted individual since 2016. I do not consent to gang stalking, microwave radiation, B2K, lasers, drones, and/or human experimentation.
My name is David Atkins. I'm a target individual and I do not consent to V2K, neural weapons, gang stalking, electronic torture, microwave weapons, or any kind of non-consensual experimentation.
My name is Laura, and I am a targeted individual. I suffer from voice to skull, gang stalking, remote neuromonitoring, as well as directed energy weapons, as I have for the past year. I do not consent.
Hi, my name's Maria Smith. I have been illegally placed into a human experimentation against my consent. In 2016, I was illegally implanted with some of the most invasive technology that this country has ever seen. Since then, I have dealt with COINTELPRO-like stalking. I've been assaulted with directed energy weapons. I've been forced to induce medical conditions that against my will with these directed energy weapons. I've been on remote surveillance by my perpetrators that are convicted felons and drug addicts. I've been assaulted with directed energy weapons. I've been human trafficked with video cameras and the IMSI catcher against my phone. I've been forced against my will to be on display, and they are slowly committing premeditated murder on me with these directed energy weapons. I've been forced to repeated assaults, sexual assaults, and put on display to constantly forced dream manipulations, forced hallucinations, forced all with these devices that are in my body. The doctors are misdiagnosing me and persuaded to comply with the FBI's recommendation. This is a DARPA-funded program called the N3. I have neural implants in my head. I have nanotechnology in my eyes. I have semiconductors on every pressure point on my nerve ending. I never consented to this. I was never offered any medical compensation or any compensation. I deal with the smear campaigns. I am forced to listen to these verbal and electronic assaults while I'm working. I've had bones degenerate. I've had...
My name is John DeWood. I'm a targeted individual. I do not consent to being a guinea pig for electronic weapons, or DEWs as they call them. I am 59 years old and a housewife.
Hi, my name is Sandra, and I reside in South Florida. I am a targeted individual who was selected by a member of law enforcement. I am being tortured, harassed, cyberstalked, and sexually assaulted. I am college educated and I work a prominent full-time job. The reason for my targeting is that I reported this individual to law enforcement for the same acts in which he's doing today in front of them. Nothing was ever done. Instead, he was allowed to continue to torture and assault me. I ask that the courts look into this type of behavior and stop the torture. The weaponry that is being used is DEW weapons, laser weapons, as well as electronic beam weapons. These individuals are using these weapons only to torture individuals who either they've had a dispute with or for testing. I ask that this system be disallowed. This type of torture to individual citizens should not be done. This weaponry was to be used against the enemy, not against United States American citizens who have done absolutely nothing. I ask that this type of behavior not only be punished civilly and criminally, but I do ask that this type of situation come to an end. Many of us are living these types of lives because of the fact that these people are being protected. They hide and they do all of their dirty work at night. Come daytime, they're nowhere to be found. They're either peeping out of windows, ducking in and out of cars, or hiding in their garages. This type of behavior has to be brought to light. These individuals must be punished, and I do mean punished. There's no system available where a man can sit around all day sexually assaulting a woman and get away with it, especially a member of law enforcement who has taken a code of conduct to conduct himself in a reputable manner. I ask the courts at this time to please consider my testimony as total fact and understand that this is a behavior that really needs to be stopped. I thank you for your consideration and have a great day.
My name is Wan, and I'm from Malaysia. I am targeted in 1985, and my son are targeted in 1998. I'm a TI for more than 3 decades. My family are targeted. We are victims of cyber torture. We do not consent anything. We, the TI globally, do not consent to cyber torture, no-touch torture, remote neural monitoring, stalking. We do not consent. We global TI will not consent to anything, and we don't consent. Thank you.
My name is John Capps, and I'm an illegally targeted citizen, also known as a targeted individual. I do not consent to this illegal, torturous program that they have put me in.
I do not consent.
My name is Nicholas Smallwood. I'm a targeted individual, and I do not consent to any remote neural monitoring or voice-to-skull technologies being used against me, or being used for any kind of experimentation.
Hello, I'm Tanya. I'm targeted individual, and I do not consent.
My name is Deb Verdon. I do not consent to human experimentation.
My family has been targeted. My husband killed himself on Christmas 2021, hung himself in the house. Ever since then, my little girl, who is 8, and myself have been very aggressively targeted in every way. My name is Mary McCauley. I am a targeted individual, and I do not consent.
My name is Brian. I'm a targeted individual, and I do not consent to the targeting program used against me and other TIs.
Hello, my name is Javon Brown. I'm a human. I reside on the planet Earth. I am currently in the United States of America. That makes me a United States citizen of America. I am residing in the state of Florida, in the city of Orlando, in Orange County. I am a victim of targeting, harassment, covert harassment. I am alert, oriented, incompetent. I am not a schizophrenic. I do not consent to voice to skull technology torture. I do not consent to electronic torture. I do not consent to being gang stalked. I do not consent to being harassed financially, mentally, physically, spiritually. I do not consent to any of that. I have been told by the terrorist that attacked me with voice to skull technology that it is the United States government. And they have told me multiple times that they are the Illuminati and the Freemasons. I have been harassed for going on 3 decades since childhood. because, and I recognize this because of similar sensations. Um, the vibrating, the electronic torture, I recognize the same sensations from when I was a child. I do not consent to any of this harassment, and going forward, I do want justice.
My name is Derek Jones, and I'm not delusional, as well as everybody else. I'm fully competent. Um, I refuse to go through the things that these people are doing. Um, we have to bring justice to these people once and for all.
All right. I don't really like doing this stuff. My name's Danny Dvorak, and I am a targeted individual. I believe I've been a target my whole life since birth. I don't know why. I'm not sure of it. It doesn't really matter. This is just my testimony here. So back in 2018, actually a little bit before that, I started noticing things that were really weird. Probably when I was the age of 30. I think that's 2014. But 2018, they came out of their hiding places, these gang stalkers and whatever you call them, authorities. And they chased me out of my job in 2018, April 2018. I had a job. I was working a job. I was making roughly $30 an hour. So I was making pretty good money, 10 hours a day. I was making some pretty good money, man. And, yeah, I mean, that's what happened there. So all of a sudden I became homeless, had nowhere to go, stressed out, chased around all around town by numerous amounts of people. I'm talking high level of gang stalking and car harassment. It's been ongoing for years. I've been trying to get peace. There's been coercion, gang stalking, fear tactics, propaganda, repetition of lies, subliminal messages all over the place. Clearly an agenda that they have. The same name calling all day, every day. I got so scared that I actually ran away from them, and I was trying to hide from them for years. So I sat in my house for a long time. They said that they were trying to say that I did stuff to deserve this, some sort of crime in the past. And then about 4.5 years in, so what, roughly about, a year and a half ago, my mind was heating up so bad that I was my mind is split in half, right down the middle, which is known in all across. If you do studies in MK Ultra, which is part of an MK Ultra programming thing where they split your mind and torture you to try to get you to, follow suit with their agenda. So yeah, it was burning really hot. I would used to have to take hot or cold showers, not hot showers, cold showers all day long, 3-4 times a day, because my head was burning so much. I used to be so scared to come out of my house. As soon as I went outside of my house, I had anxiety going. I've never had this my whole life. They had diagnosed me with some false diagnoses to saying that I was paranoid, schizophrenic, or something like that. But I was just, as I just finished saying, 2018, I was working a job. I was a third year insulator, close to a journeyman, and I was making $300 an hour. So yeah. Anyways, other than that, I kept getting all night harassment while they were splitting my mind in half. All throughout the night, it was, and all throughout the day, it was noisy, 24/7, noise. Street theater everywhere I go. Indirect comments, indirect street theater, constantly harassing, gang swarms of people. And it just never stopped. And then I moved to another place, which wasn't the best place to move, but I had nowhere to go. So, I mean, there could be a reason why that happened too. But anyways, they tried to muscle me and coerce me into conformity by fear and peer pressure. Sorry, I have this written down, so I'm trying to get my writing's a little bit messy. So, and yeah, it's fear and intimidation. So I've had noise campaigns. I had noise campaigns for the past year. So I just finally moved out of my place about 2.5 weeks ago. Now I'm out in the country. I finally got to a place where I get a little bit of peace, which is amazing, man. Glory to God. I'm very grateful for it. But yeah, I've had noise campaigns for a year straight before this. Constant sirens going off all night long, all day long. They were zapping me, implanting thoughts. I mean, sometimes I would sleep and they would like jolt my head like off the couch, would jolt off the couch and stuff, and like my leg would vibrate so bad. Sometimes I had to like to just try to like get away from it and try to ground myself. I'd like lift my leg up and stand on one leg to just try and like get away from all whatever they were doing, but I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that they were using whatever they use, satellites, whatever they use. I don't know what it is, some weird stuff. So, yeah, they isolated me. I lost all my family, my friends. I don't talk to anybody anymore, which is kind of a good thing, but it's not really good for any of us, really. So I lost my job, lost my friends, lost my family, lost my income. They almost lost my mind at one point, because of they implant thoughts. Like I said there, they manipulate. They put disturbing images in my head before I'd wake up with sick dreams. They've given me wet dreams. That all like it seems like they try to some sort of programming where they try to give you wet dreams so that you can't have a stronger mind. They just seem to, every time that I would heal, they would try to re-break me and stop me from healing. I've been on TI sites for a while now. I mean, I talk to other targeted individuals too. We all have similar stories. It's the same thing all across the world. And this is my testimony. I mean, there's so much more to the story, but this is just the gist of it. And it's only 6 minutes here. I'll finish it to about 7 minutes. But I mean, it's sad, right? I mean, the only good part about it is it chased me to God. So I mean, that's it. But other than that, man, it's insanity what they do to us, and it doesn't stop. It's a nonstop electronic harassment, trying to control my mind and force me to look at things that I'm trying not to focus on or that I don't want to think about. But they will basically use a machine or whatever they're using on us targets, and they will try to force me to think about this stuff while I'm sitting there trying to my hardest to not, but they're using some sort of, I don't know if they're using other stuff, like whatever I don't know how this stuff works. I don't really know. I'd have to get those test kits or whatever this lawsuit is, if it's a legit lawsuit or not, and go from there. But yeah, I'm still here. It's been a rough go for 6 years. I'm still here. I got I still got a sound mind. Clearly, you can hear me talk. I'm a little bit nervous because I don't really know what to say. So that's basically the gist of it. And if there's any more questions or whatever it may be, I mean, I could probably prove physical injuries inside the mind. I'm not sure. I'd have to get it looked at. I did go to a doctor's office. I never got nothing back though. So, I mean, to see what was going on, that's when my head was burning and stuff like that. I didn't know what was going on. And at one point I couldn't breathe through my nostrils. I couldn't breathe through them.